The long-awaited reunion between Yosef and his brothers, which is found at the beginning of Parshat Vayigash, then leads the brothers to come up to Yaakov Avinu and to tell him the good news, oh, Yosef Chai, Yosef is still alive, and that he is the Moshe, the ruler in Egypt. The Chumash then describes the entire family of Yaakov Avinu and how they prepare for the journey to come down to Mitzrayim. The one pasuk that I'd like to focus on in Mirz Hashem today, and again it's an example of how one pasuk teaches us worlds, is that as Yaakov Avinu is preparing to go down, he sends ahead of him one of the sons in order, as the pasuk says, that Yehuda shalach lefanav el Yosef leharot lefanav. He sent Judah ahead of him to Joseph to prepare ahead of him in Goshen, and they arrived in the region of Goshen. So Yaakov Avinu sends Yehuda of all the brothers ahead, lahorot lefanav, to Yosef and Eretz Goshen. What does lahorot lefanav mean? So Chazal tell us, the medrash that Rashi brings down is to set up a base medrash. Lahorot is from the concept of the sense of in source 5 to teach. That Yehuda was the one who was to set up a base medrash, a place of learning that even before they would reach Eretz Goshen, they'd have a base medrash set up. We need to ask ourselves a number of questions. One is, from where does the medrash get this? Just the word lahorot, that could mean to set a path, to show. Why specifically to Chazal does the medrash learn lahorot lefanav is the base medrash? Question 1. Question 2 is probably the primary question we have, is why was Yehuda sent of all the tribes? As Rav Sternbach asks in source 2, Chazal tells us Yaakov Avinu sent Yehuda ahead to Egypt to start yeshiva. Well, Yehuda was certainly a charismatic and influential personality. When Levi, Yisachar were totally immersed in Torah study, have been better candidates to start a yeshiva. Why did Yaakov choose Yehuda for this task? And in fact, we know, the Rambam tells us, that Levi was the Rosh Yeshiva. So it would make more sense that the Rosh Yeshiva should start the yeshiva. Why are we sending specifically Yehuda? And just to add to this question, Yosef Hatzadik was already down in Egypt. Why didn't he just tell Yosef, start the yeshiva? Why was it necessary to send one of the brothers ahead while Yosef was there for one of the brothers to start the yeshiva and not Yosef? So we need to understand why specifically Yehuda went to start the yeshiva, not Yisachar or Levi, who were more immersed in Torah, and why Yehuda and not Yosef. Further, we need to understand is the dynamics of the pasuk. That Yehuda shalach lefanav, and Yehuda he sent ahead of him, El Yosef, to Yosef, lahorot lefanav, to set up, to teach in front of him. The word lefanav appears twice. And we need to understand what is the dynamics at the beginning of the pasuk, that he sent Yehuda lefanav in front of him, El Yosef. It would have been sufficient had the Torah told us that Yehuda shalach lahorot lefanav El Yosef. It seems to be that there was two missions going on. One was to send Yehuda before Yosef, to somehow have Yehuda meet Yosef, and the second mission was lahorot lefanav, to set up this base medrash. So once again, 3 questions, and we'll answer them in Mirz Hashem in this order. Question 1, from where do Chazal understand lahorot lefanav means to set up a base medrash? Question 2, why Dafka Yehuda, not Yisachar or Levi? And the second part of that question, why Yehuda and not Yosef? Or why any son and not Yosef? The third question is, what is the dynamics of the pasuk that Yehuda sent lefanav El Yosef and then lahorot lefanav? What is this idea of Yehuda having to go in front of Yosef? What is that all about? And obviously, what are the lessons that we can learn for our lives from this pasuk? So the first idea the Yaakov Lekach Tov teaches us is the following. He says, source 3, Leval nit'evin omar sheyakov shalach et Yehuda lefanav k'dei letaken lo makom dira u'moshav o shar tzrachim gashmiyim. Let's not delude ourselves into thinking that the reason that Yaakov Avinu sent Yehuda was in order to set up physical provision for him. Limdunu Chazal v'amru that he went to set up Beis Hara, Beis Medrash, that he immediately could start learning from Torah. Because the teva of a person is Shema shemachshavotav u'masav nitunim zeu hapoel eikari. What a person is involved in, what a person is thinking about, is the real reflection of who this person is. And he says, you see this, if you would go back into your memory, anyone's memory, and think about going down memory lane, what are the memories that we have in our lives? Obviously, those are memories that have to do with things that are pivotal in our lives, the things that are most important. Things that are not that important, yeah, we could probably, dig out of our memory banks, but that would not come, to the foremost of our minds. And therefore,